Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Yesterday afternoon, I was at a Leadership Anne Arundel meeting, and our executive director said that she tuned out of the DNB yesterday because of all the bad news. Well, Chris, if you're listening today, it's not much better. Sorry. All right, I guess we need to get into it. So, shall we? As a quick update to the story we had yesterday, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department did confirm that a man died in the apartment fire in Glen Burnie. He was discovered near the fire's origin in the living room and has not been identified just yet. The cause and the damage estimate are still being worked on. Up at Arundel Mills Mall, a man was involved in some sort of a road rage incident when he and the other car came to a red light at Arundel Mills Boulevard and Route 100. The other driver, a black female between 50 and 60 years old with a graying hair driving a 2022 Audi Q5 SUV, pulled a handgun from her center console and pointed it at the man and his young daughter. The man did flee the scene and called the Anne Arundel County Police, who are investigating and looking for this woman to charge her with assault and road rage. They are also investigating yet another fatal crash. This one was on Sunday on Solomon's Island Road near Route 665, just south of the Harbor Center. A Volvo left the road for unknown reasons and struck a utility pole, killing the passenger, who was identified as Russell Dandridge, 58, of Annapolis. Now, the driver was uninjured and was determined to be under the influence of alcohol, was arrested and charged accordingly. The last bad story of the day, and I promise, the Capitol had this story about a daycare worker at the Kiddie Academy in Millersville. She is on house arrest after being charged with child abuse and assault back on December 7th. The worker, a 32-year-old female from Millersville, was caught on camera grabbing a 2-year-old by the arm and causing him to fall, then dragging him to a napping cot where she forcefully dropped him. The child tried to get away a number of times, was slapped on the back, and forcefully put back on the cot each time. Police did note injuries to his face and a bloody nose on the child. The State Department of Education temporarily suspended the license of that Kiddie Academy location, and a representative said they are appealing that as, quote, the staff member acted in a manner contrary to operational procedures and our core values, unquote. And to make it worse, this was the child's first day at the school. Okay, on to better news. Navy football has a new head coach. That didn't take too long, did it? Yesterday, Athletic Director Chet Gottschalk named Brian Newberry as the new head coach, saying that he was respected and highly endorsed by many in the Navy football family. He continued that Coach Newberry's time is now. For his part, Newberry thanked the AD, Vice Admiral Buck, for their support, and former coach Ken Niumatalolo for taking a chance on him 4 years ago. Last Tuesday, Gottschalk indicated that they would be doing a nationwide search for the next coach, and that Newberry certainly was under consideration. Sort of seems like that press conference may have just been some smoke and mirrors and used to check off some required boxes on some federal government form. Now that we have Newberry in place, let's see if Navy can't turn around the woes they've seen the last 3 years. Nando's PERi-PERi at the Westfield Annapolis Mall will be closing for good on December 23rd. The mall would not comment, but we had heard that it was very similar to the ousting of Punk's Backyard Barbecue, if anyone remembers that. The mall was looking for a different concept in that location. Now, Nando's does have 13 other locations in Maryland. Close to us, we have Arundel Mills and Gambrels, and I understand they're about to build a new one down in Dunkirk. If you have any gift cards, of course, they will be honored at any of their locations. As we start to wrap up, AMFM is doing something really cool this season. I guess that's the word for it, season. But they do the In the Vane of concert series at Ram's Head on stage. Local bands do a cover of an iconic artist and another in the vein of that artist. They are a lot of fun, and proceeds do go to the nonprofit, and this season is going to feature in the veins of U2, Chuck Berry, and Laurel Canyon. And this year, you're able to buy a season ticket for all 3 shows and get the same seat at Ram's Head on stage for all 3. Pretty cool. You want to head on over to ramsheadonstage.com and reserve your seat or seats today. And remember, all the proceeds do go to AMFM. The musicians do not get paid for this performance. And Ram's Head. Well, it is Ticket Tuesday, and I have a pair of tickets to see Stephen Kellogg on the 27th. That's a Tuesday night after Christmas. He is a great show, and we actually spoke with him on the bonus podcast a little bit ago. You want to go check that out. If you want to go, let me know, and I might pick you. If you have won recently, take a knee, give someone else a chance. Good luck, and as always, a huge thank you to Ram's Head On Stage for these, and be sure to check out all their other great shows coming up at ramsheadonstage.com. Podcast news up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight. It's a conversation with Donna Anderson from the Chesapeake Arts Center up in Brooklyn Park. And to wrap up the year on New Year's Eve day, it's going to be Arundel Federal Savings Bank, one of the only very few local banks left. All right, that is a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting your friends and colleagues all know about us. And to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, and Scout and Molly's over there at the Annapolis Town Center. So now just hang tight because we have George Young from DCMD VA Weather standing by with your only locally forecast weather report. All that coming up in just a bit.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, December 20th. Yesterday was sunny but cold across the Annapolis region, and we'll see more calm and slightly cold conditions today and tomorrow, ahead of a bit of wild weather Thursday into the weekend as an Arctic front moves across the area. Look for mixed skies with highs in the low to mid-40s today and Wednesday, ahead of rain and temps near 50 on Thursday as strong low pressure moves up into the Great Lakes region well to our northwest, ultimately pulling a cold front eastward on Friday that will deliver very gusty winds, potentially hitting 50 miles per hour at times during the day on Friday, with sharply dropping temps going from the mid-50s around 10 a.m. or so to the upper 20s by 8 or 10 p.m. before falling into the upper teens to lower 20s for lows Saturday morning as winds stay fairly breezy all day Saturday with highs only around 25 to 30 degrees, with more of the same on Sunday, Christmas Day. Back to that Arctic front on Friday, two things we'll have to watch for in the afternoon into nighttime hours will be for a possibility that rain either mixes with or changes to snow for a brief period, and also the potential for flash freezing conditions in which temps quickly drop to and below the 32-degree mark, and that could possibly lead to rapidly freezing of any moisture left on the ground from earlier rains. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And as always, be sure to download our DCMD VA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hi, I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate Scout Molly's, this amazing little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center, and we're here to help. Whether you are shopping for the beautiful ladies on your holiday list or for yourself, we have something stunning for every occasion, from casual to black tie. From the Parade of Lights to New Year's Eve, we have the perfect outfit for every event this year. Scout Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thank you for shopping local.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.